everyone, welcome to the UVD Weekly Wrap-Up, the show where the team from UrbanVinylDaily.com goes over everything there is to know in the designer toy, art, street art, and Sofubi world. I'm your host, Travis Likens.
And I'm Ben Pierce.
And we are here with episode 8, which we have entitled, The Ungrateful Hate.
Unfortunately, it seems like we've been getting a couple comments.
Yeah, some little bit of hate rolling in here and there. Some fans that are not fans, I guess, not really happy with our show. You know,
thanks for watching.
That's all we say is thanks for watching, and you got an episode title dedicated to you there that just happened to roll around with episode 8 and happened to rhyme. So
what can you do? Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving us material to use.
But in people that actually like us, we have news regarding our shirt sponsor. 7 Sketches is back.
He only gave us one shirt. No, he really gave us 2. I'm not wearing Travis's shirt from last week.
Yeah, he really gave us 2 shirts, but we wanted to spread it out, give him a little love across 2 episodes. So if you happen to enjoy things like this Dead Puss or the stickers that we showed last week or any of his other designs that are pretty freaking sweet, you can check him out on Instagram at 7 Sketches. And, he's got a store. He's got cool stuff all over the place. So thanks again for sending over the shirt. And thanks again for watching and liking our show, unlike the other ungrateful haters that are out there. So, but enough with the bad news.
On to the good news.
So,
just in time for Ghostbusters.
Yeah, just in time for the female version of Ghostbusters. I bet the same people hating us are hating that movie too.
Unfortunately, they have more haters than we do. But...
Yeah, they do. They have the most dislikes on YouTube ever. But that's a whole nother story.
Yeah. So it looks like Falcon Toys is making a crossover toy. Slimer and something else that looks like Slimer from Star Wars, Jabba the Hutt.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it?
No, never.
Maybe you should watch some of them.
Never seen those movies.
Maybe you should.
That's a lot of movies.
What sort of token nerd are you if you haven't watched Star Wars?
No, I've seen it.
So it's a lime green resin and obviously mixes 2 of these very iconic figures.
Yeah, all in one little blob there.
So we were trying to figure out if this SDCC or if it's just being released in July.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of info. The Instagram post where he shared the photo that you have seen here just said #July. Didn't say anything about SDCC, but I could see it being there. But if not, keep an eye on @Falcon Toys on Instagram, and you'll be able to keep up with any kind of upcoming information on the figure. It looks like he's pretty far along. Looked like he was in the assembly phase, so maybe we'll be seeing some news. I mean, and with the hashtag, we can only assume that he's going to be releasing it here in July. So who knows? Cool looking thing. More info coming soon. That's all I got to say. Next up, we have a new custom piece from One Obsessed Panda. He has revealed a one-off version of the, here's one of those butcher things we do.
Ufogui.
There you go. Actually, that might be it. I don't know though. So, but is created by the artist Toy Sabian, and this custom is called the Meat Grinder.
13 inches tall of meat grinder.
Yeah, and the figure, it's the soft vinyl piece that Toy Sabian had created from an original design, and Obsessed Panda went to town and painted this thing up with some silver, put a Gatling gun as a hand on it. And in the center portion of the figure, there's a great divide in the sculpt. And the inside of it looks like meat or muscles
or something that got blown up by the Gatling gun.
Or guts, or I don't know. But it's sweet looking. And it's like a good mix of pinks and whites and reds. And it made a whole blobby looking body thing on the inside of that piece. So sounds really gross, sounds really disgusting, but it's really cool. Don't get me wrong. And not many of these have been released so far, specifically in the U.S. So whoever grabbed that one, because it already sold, was one lucky person. That's all I can say.
It wasn't you?
It was not me.
Wasn't me?
It wasn't me. Just like Shaggy. But actually, was that Shaggy?
I believe so.
Yeah, that was Shaggy. But keep an eye on Obsessed Panda for the future. I do know he has some more of these maybe in the future, and I'm sure there's a couple more of these I've seen showing up in some customizers, Instagrams and whatnot. So hopefully we're going to see some more of this figure. I'm pretty impressed with it. wish that we could grab a run of these for our store so we could hopefully sell them out, similar to the
You
prior.
hear that? We're interested in your figures.
Yeah.
Help us help you,
Yeah, help us help you.
and help you help us.
So, we had some great success with the prior figure from Toy Sabian, and hopefully we can keep that relationship going. But anyway, moving on. SDCC.
Xenomorph Warrior from Super 7.
Yeah, so SDCC's right around the corner. We are now into the closing days before I guess it's closing weeks at this point, but the closing weeks until San Diego is taken over by a group of nerds known as Comic-Con convention goers.
18 inches tall, 1.5 feet.
Yeah.
It's the sort of thing you want to stand out in your collection. Booth 49.45, $195.
And for those of you that don't know, this is actually based on the figure that they released a few Comic-Cons ago, where they resurrected the Kenner version of the alien Xenomorph and other alien characters. But specifically, the prototype was like a light blue color, and that's what this is mimicking. And
this is for Aliens, second movie.
So this one though is the alien Xenomorph from Aliens, so put an S on the end of it. But it's super cool, super giant. There's been a couple of these done like in a larger scale. Some of them being like from I believe NECA did one and other things. But this one's really cool because of the prototype colorway and just the whole story with how they went back and resurrected that line of figures from the original sculpt. So if you enjoy Alien or Aliens or Alien 3,
Sigourney Weaver across the board.
nobody liked Alien 3.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, so nobody liked Alien 3, but if you did enjoy that movie, this is probably right up your alley. And being that it's a prototype colorway, that's pretty cool as well. But that's really all we got to say about that one. Make sure to stop by Super 7 and grab it before they are gone.
1.5 feet of pleasure.
So the next thing we have here is just a teaser from Yumi Toys over there in the UK. He is working on a new sculpt, and it looks like this time he is going after famous producer and artist as well, Pharrell Williams.
Billionaire Boys Club.
Yeah, BBC Pharrell. Yeah,
Ice cream.
yeah, ice cream.
Big old hat Pharrell.
Yeah, big old hat Pharrell. So the teaser image that we actually have is of a hat that resembles the hat that Pharrell wore to the Grammys a couple of years back, and became kind of a synonymous with him. And I don't know, maybe this is an addition to a sculpt that Yumi already has created, or maybe he's doing an original, like his interpretation of Pharrell. Who knows? It looks really cool. I'm excited to see where it goes. Hopefully we have more details in the coming weeks for you guys right here on the UVD Weekly Wrap-Up or over on the blog. Who knows where it'll show up? Only time will tell.
Tale as old as time.
Yeah, something like that. So that's pretty much all we have. We don't have a whole lot of information. If you want to keep up, make sure to check out @RichPage on Instagram. That's where you'll see a lot of his updates and things like that. So
our next piece of news. It could have been an unboxing, but we don't have anything.
because they don't come out till tomorrow, or well, tomorrow for you guys, 2 days from now for us. But
Friday the 8th.
yeah.
So these, what could have been an unboxing of the Andy Warhol figures through Kid Robot, come out. Yeah, we're going to fake open it and be like, oh, these are beautiful.
Oh, it's an unboxing video.
So $11.95 each, or I think $2 something for the entire case.
Yeah, it was $239, I believe, what we saw.
So those release at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or I guess in the Kid Robot, or across whatever online retailer or brick and mortar that you choose to love.
Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, they're releasing a series based around Andy Warhol's classic designs and one that actually looks like him. This series has caused a bit of divide across the scene from what I have seen. Some folks are very excited to see pieces created by Andy Warhol, and others would rather see other artists or mixed series dunnies or something that they feel is less commercial. But personal opinion, and that's what we're doing now, putting some opinions in. Personal opinion, I think it's a perfect mashup for a dunny and Andy Warhol, because Andy Warhol I'm not saying created art as product, but he had many of his pieces licensed throughout the years on products. So to me, an art platform and an artist that historically has been licensed for product coming together to create a art product is a perfect mesh up.
Didn't they do a Keith Harangue Dunny a while ago?
Keith Haring?
Haring.
That I do not know.
I thought they did. I thought it was some sort of benefit.
Oh, no. It wasn't a dunny. It was a bot.
But
Yes, it was a bot for like the Red Foundation. Yeah. For like AIDS or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's another
AIDS
one that's been used.
HIV awareness. Yeah. So I feel like this fit right in. I don't know what your opinion on using artists as product is, but I mean, essentially that's the entire idea behind designer toys is using artists as product.
They do it every other time. Musicians get used.
Yeah.
Films get used. Everything gets sampled. Everything gets used.
Yeah, and I mean, this was through the actual Andy Warhol Foundation, so I don't really have a problem with it. I think it's a good way to get more eyes on the Dunny platform, which will hopefully draw more people to designer toys and hopefully
Bring Kid Robot back.
bring more people to watching the UVD weekly wrap up.
Andy Warhol, hashtag Andy, hashtag Kid Robot, hashtag
So
Dunny.
hopefully, as new people become aware of things like Andy Warhol Dunnies, they also happen to pick up other Dunnies or other designer toys. And hopefully this helps grow our scene because we need more people than people making the stuff. So hopefully that's what this does. And hopefully that's what we see in the future. I think we've beat this dead horse. So moving on, though, this weekend in Beacon, New York.
Aliens.
No aliens. Tom DeLonge's not here. But Clutter Gallery and Hucky, and we're talking with our hands. They're having a show called The Blank Show. And as blank as that sounds, there's actually going to be art there. So they're actually utilizing Hucky's blank platform, which is his new signature.
The skull head
On the, kind of platformish looking body. And we're going to have customs.
Wow.
From artists. It's going to be sweet. And it's going to be right before San Diego Comic-Con, which may or may not be bad timing, but I don't think it will be because it's Hucky. And the artists that they have lined up are pretty sweet. But so far, we have some reveals and some teasers to talk about. First up, Kano. Machiavelli. 20 years since Tupac.
Hail Mary.
Hail Mary. So Kano has created a piece inspired by the classic death row artist Tupac Shakur. And
Tupac Cat.
Tupac Cat. We're going to bring that back right here. Tupac Cat. But anyway, this piece looks absolutely awesome. Features a bandana, features Tupac tattoos, it just looks sweet. It looks perfect for the character, for the platform, and reminds me of kind of like days of past when toys were a little more urban. Wouldn't you agree, Ben?
Yeah.
Another reveal. It's like a teaser though, that we got from one Joe Ledbetter is called, and let me refer to the show notes. Yes.
Someone didn't take very good notes.
Yeah, the Bunny Gee. The Bunny Gee. What did you think, Ben? This was the one you pointed out.
Very prismatic in the face.
Yeah, it's got a lot of shapes and stuff on it, and lots of color. Who doesn't like color? It has a Ledbetter look to it. You can tell it's his, but it's a little different than some of his normal, bright colors with heavy dark black lines and stuff. So it was kind of cool to see a little bit of a different look from one Ledbetter.
Someone you're not going to find coloring theirs, John Paul Kaiser, and I think he's involved in this.
Yeah, I think he was involved in this. I haven't seen the picture yet, so I can't really comment, but I'm sure it's going to be black with some wonderful white accents on it.
Or white with wonderful black accents.
Yeah, and if we find the picture between now and when this show is created and edited, we might put that picture in for you right here. So
otherwise, we've seen tidbits.
Otherwise, you just saw my hand go up.
Otherwise, we've seen a piece from Mad, Mallow April,
Yeah, Mallow April sculpted some of her famous little roses there inside the eye sockets of the blank figure. Looks pretty sweet. She always executes those little flowers pretty awesomely. So excited to see the rest of the figure that has not been revealed. But if you want to check out these like on probably midday Saturday, maybe you're interested in purchasing some, you're going to want to head over to Clutter's website and make sure to join their preview list. Because I'm sure, there's pieces in this show that are going to sell and they're going to sell quickly. There's artists like Squink involved. So if you're a custom collector and you love the man Squink, now's your chance because these are going to be sweet. That's all we got to say. So moving right along though, we are flipping over to the second page. We actually have a piece from San Diego Comic-Con and
another one
and our friends at DKE Toys. Wars Not Make One Great by Free Humanity is a $100 figure, and it's limited to 50 pieces and will be available at DKE's booth number 5045. And it comes with a wonderful little thing that I'm going to read for you guys. It says, famed street artist Free Humanity has hand customized each of these 3.75 scale action figures.
3.75 inches.
It's not 3.75 inches. It's 3.75 inch scale. Since it's Yota, it will actually be shorter. This 3.75 inch scale figure and added a paint bucket and roller, mimicking a street artist. More importantly, each figure comes carded and has been hand stenciled and splattered and signed and numbered by the artist.
If they're getting carded, does that mean they're asked if they're 21?
The Free Humanity stencil on each canvas would be at least 10 times as much money in a gallery.
Oh.
So, all of you art collectors out there, now's your chance to get a very cool piece that includes a figure on the cheap. Not really on the cheap, but, for this artist, on the cheap. So, if you're interested in bootlegs, you're interested in Star Wars, you're interested in street art,
and you're interested in SDCC,
then this is right up your alley for $100, man. I can't figure out anything, that you could get more up your alley if you're into those things. So if you want to keep up though with the latest reveals or other things that the artist is up to, make sure to check out @FreeHumanity on Instagram. And I'm sure you'll find all kinds of cool stuff created by this artist. I enjoy his stuff and hopefully you do too. So we're going to move on, though. That wraps up the toy news.
See if I can block out what we're about to do.
Unfortunately, we're not done. So you guys still have to listen to us. But we actually are doing another, and I just missed the toy, Throwback Thursday toy review for you. And since we're in the road to SDCC 2016, we have decided to talk about something that was released at San Diego Comic-Con. And I believe 2012. Man, where has time flown?
Like a bird.
That really doesn't seem like it was that long ago, does it?
We're getting old, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, so in this white box, you will see the target on the front of there, which is a hint at what is inside. So Monkey King and Luke Chu teamed up to create a vinyl and resin release back in 2012 at San Diego Comic-Con that, for the most part, sold out at the con. I think they had a few stragglers left that they had held back, but really, if you didn't get it at the convention, you didn't really get this. So let's go ahead and open her up, though. Came in a very nice foam thingy that protected the figure and actually came in like a, it's actually like recessed down in there, It's a really good packaging, really good for protecting that resin that's inside of here. But let's go ahead and start pulling it out. The vinyl figure actually came packaged inside of like a little clam as well to keep it protected because it has things like accessories that could get lost or broken.
And the back wall has a little bit of Luke on it. I think he drew on all of these SDCC ones. All of them the same, bear with a crown. And I think if you ran into him either at like DCons in the past or SDCCs or other times, that had a blank wall, he would make you extra special ones.
Yeah, I think he did that for anytime he was doing like a release that he was there for. He actually did that. But Luke could correct us, or guys from Monkey King, whatever.
If they watch.
If they watch. So we got the figure here. Comes on a nice, nice brick wall base. The bear can hold the bucket. It can hold the little paintbrush there that's painting the target on him. This piece was based on a very famous painting by the same title. And Luke kind of wanted to have like the graffiti aspect of it with this wall, because the wall kind of, opened up that door to like graffiti art. So that's why he painted on these, to kind of give him a personal touch and that graffiti look as well. There were 2 other colorways, correct? The black and gold and the white and black, which was the regular edition.
Mm-hmm.
And then there have been a couple other custom runs, one being Doc A's and one being Jason Freeney. And I believe those are the only ones I know of. Those have came out over the past couple of years. I believe all of those have probably sold out by now.
Or they're lost in the archives of Monkey King.
Or they're lost in the archives, one or the other. They're hanging out with the stuff in Indiana Jones. But, it's a really cool figure. If you're new to the designer toy world, Luke Chu has had a bunch of pieces based on his original paintings. A lot of them produced by Monkey King, and most of them have been high quality, like super good stuff. So, Throwback Thursday toy reveal is partially because we don't have any new stuff, and partially because if you're new to the toy scene, which you might be checking out our show, it's always good to talk about something a little old in the past, and bring it back. But I personally really like the figure. I think it's what I would call an art toy. It's strictly based on a painting and brought to life, and makes a statement when it's sitting on your shelf. What do you think, Ben?
I have 2 of them. And as a word of warning, in case anyone tries to buy these online, shipping is going to be costly. The back base, solid resin. So they're not joking when they charge you $20 for shipping.
Yeah, it is a rather hefty little figure. The other thing is, like, if you're on kind of like a wobbly thing, I recommend just putting the bucket down on the base, just because it gets swinging,
or maybe lay the bear on his side if
if you really want to get creative. You'll get some paint transfer on the fingers from the from the brush, but it's not really that big a deal. It's hidden by the brush. You'll only notice it when you take the brush out. But other than that, I really love this figure. I think it's a very good addition to my collection. I believe it was pretty popular. Most people I've ever talked to have been pretty hyped on it. So Monkey King did a great job executing it, and having the mixed, resin and vinyl is pretty cool as well. So you don't see that ever really. I can't think of another time where you got resin and vinyl together. So it's kind of a standout there. It was nominated for a DTA. I can't guarantee that it won off the top of my head, but if you know, let us know down here in the comments below. But that's kind of wrapping up the Throwback Thursday toy review. If you want to check it out, make sure to check out Luke on Instagram, Monkey King on Instagram. Maybe hit them up, see if they got any in the archives. Always check your eBay, or look for your favorite designer toy store. Might still have the black and white edition, which was the general release. So if you're into it, you're into it. If you're not, we're going to be moving on. So thank you for checking that out, though. I'm going to move it though because it's really heavy.
As we move on to art news, we've been seeing a little bit online from Mr. Ewok One, from Slick, and from Josh Mayhem. They all have what we know as the MTV symbol for those of us who watched MTV while it was still music television and not reality television. So what we're trying to figure out is, are these going to be given out as awards? Is this commission work? Is this for an upcoming custom show? All we really know is the 3 artists that we've named and seen, and that they're working with Mighty Jacks on this.
Yeah, so we don't really know what's going on with it. The one that we've seen from Mr. Ewok 1 is like a Brainlington version of the figure. Slick's,
I think it's just a colored MTV is what it looks like.
Yeah, it just looks like that. He showed some of his little sign language type artwork to go along with it. And Josh hasn't really got started on his yet. So it was just a picture of him holding it. But is this a sign that we got something cool coming on? Is this a chance for art and a larger scale, audience again? Is this another chance for crossover maybe? I don't know, but we'll see. I'm excited to see where it goes though. I don't know about you guys, or if you're just like, man, I hate MTV. They ruined my childhood.
Beavis and Butthead can't be that bad.
Yeah, or man, when they turned TRL off, that's when it all went down. So if you're those people, this might not be up your alley. But if you're really into seeing art get to a larger scale, then this is probably up your alley. But MTV in the past has done some really cool stuff with Cause. Mm-hmm. They did the entire Video Music Awards, I believe, or the MTV Movie TV or whatever those things are. And they did the Daz Mila show, where they did the award show with all Daz Mila backgrounds and, basically character design and all that stuff. So they really have supported the arts in the past couple of years. So we probably should be giving them some props, So MTV, good on you. Tell us what this is so that we can talk about it in more detail.
Or Mighty Jax, if you want to speak on behalf of MTV.
Yeah, you can always shoot us an email or just reveal a photo and we'll talk about it.
We're hard up.
So next up on our list here in art news comes our way from Rivet. Rivet is releasing a new Beetlejuice print.
Say it one more time and he'll appear.
Beetlejuice. We're still here. So they're releasing a new Beetlejuice print at San Diego Comic-Con, created by the artist Nan Lawson. These will be available at the DKE/Disperse booth, number 5045, limited to just 50 pieces. So if you're a fan of Beetlejuice, now's your chance. Well, you also have to have a San Diego Comic-Con admission, but that's a small detail. If you really want this guy, you're going to go get it. We do not have pricing details sizing details, but we wanted to feature it because it's a cool looking piece. And if you're going to San Diego, something to watch out for.
Next up, we've gotten a little bit of a teaser for Mike Egan as he prepares for his show at the Matthew Roshman Gallery in Chicago. So the photo that he showed was a very, very large piece with his dog in the background. Yep. Maybe his reference, or maybe he just loves dogs.
Dog's just chilling, hanging out. Just happened to be there. Photo was snapped. I don't know. Paparazzi. That's what it looks like.
The dog loves death is what we're trying to hear.
Yeah. So basically the piece is massive. So if you're a fan of Mike Egan's like folk art inspired bones designs, and coffins and those kind of things, this is right up your alley. Or if you enjoy Hawthorne Heights, because they had an album cover designed by Mr. Mike Egan, this is right up your alley. So we don't really have a lot of information on the show. Tried to research it, not on their website. So this is really just an early preview. And I've always been trying to grab like a large scale piece from him. So I'll be keeping an eye on this. So we'll let you know once we know when the show is. Other than that, really cool looking piece. Keep an eye. I think it is Egan 77 or
1977.
No, that's on Twitter. I think it's Mike 77 Egan on Instagram. We'll post the right link on the bottom right here. Magic of lower thirds. But last thing we have in the art news world is the artist Ian Williams has revealed his print from July 5th's 311 tour concert in Wichita, Kansas.
Middle of nowhere.
Yeah, middle of nowhere. This piece features a buffalo.
A buffalo?
Roaming.
The plains.
In the plains. And it's actually wearing an Indian headdress as well, or Native American headdress to be more politically correct. And it looks sweet. That's really the only reason we're talking about it. It just looks cool. So if you're into like the Native American look or the
buffalo
or the the plain state look,
or 311
or Ian Williams
or all of those
or all of that. If you're the massfecta of everything, this is right up your alley. We don't have a release date just yet, but we do know it is coming out later this week on the Fighting for Dreams web store. So Fighting for Dreams, if you don't know, plays people like Max242, Jeff Soto, Their stuff's there.
Brandon Hart.
Yeah, Brandon Hart. That's the other one. Their stuff's there, along with Ian's. So keep an eye on the Fighting for Dreams Instagram, and I'm sure they'll release the full details in the coming days. Moving on to event news. Ben has something from our friend. May we say friend?
I hope so. I hope he likes us as friends.
Ron English.
And friends.
And his friends.
So we're friends of friends then.
Yep. Friends of friends of friends.
So as we've covered in the previous weeks, it seems like 3 or 4 weeks, that Ron English has what used to be known as a pop-up shop.
But this is like a pop-up month.
This is like Rough Riders where they stop, dropped, and set up shop.
Yeah, because he's been there for a month.
So forget popping up. They're established. So what's going on there is this weekend, they're taking over the Redbird NYC with
basically like a Toy Con fair thing.
Toy Tokyo, Sucklord, Healy Mate are going to be there for the entire weekend. And of that section on Saturday, there's a 3-hour block where they're going to be signing the In Heroes We Trust Street Artists and Their Heroes book.
Yeah, so here's your chance to meet one of the world's most famous street artists and pop artists.
Sucklord.
No, Ron English.
Ron English.
Actually, you could meet Sucklord or Healy Made or the guys from Toy Tokyo during the day. But this is your chance to meet Ron English. Get your book signed. Shake his hand. Maybe get a sketch if you're lucky. Who knows? This is a great opportunity if you're into street art or in the designer toy world. Enjoy his things like the Frankenfat that just came out. Great chance to pick all these things up for your collection and at the same time meet the artist, because it's not every day you get to meet somebody on that large a scale face to face.
To face.
To face.
To face.
So awesome chance. Make sure to check it out. Also, we have some news coming from Flower Pepper Gallery in Pasadena, California. They have a new show called Happy Collect, a cash and carry exhibit.
No credit cards. Cash is king.
So basically, this show will feature smaller scaled items, which examples were small sculptures or small paintings on canvas. And the pieces will be, as soon as you pay for them, you take them with you.
Get there early.
Yeah. So these are going to go quick. So if you want to see the show, get there early on July 9th.
This weekend.
Yeah, this weekend. So show runs through August 9th? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So it runs through August 9th.
One entire month.
There ain't going to be nothing left by August 9th. It's cash and carry. Get in there. Spend your money early. Get these things before they're gone.
And if there's anything left, it'll be one painting. It's just swinging on the wall as the lonely painting.
And you'll be the guy that's like, man, I should just buy that because it's the only thing left. Do you want to be that guy?
Support the artist. Be that guy that helps out.
Yeah. Be that guy. Still buy it, even if it's the only one left. But pretty cool show. Probably going to be well worth checking out there in Pasadena. So if you happen to be in the area, make sure to stop in. Give them some support. Yep, support.
As we covered last week, enough people have not donated, and Travis still doesn't know how to talk.
Yeah. So the donate link is on our site.
So an event that opens effectively today when this is posted is...
It opened over the weekend. This is just the online sale.
I was moving on.
I know.
So there were...
You didn't... Oh. Hold on. He skipped one.
It's so that you don't get 2 in a row.
Oh, okay. Okay, you go first then.
No, I don't want to. But the Roadkill show that opens up effectively today, which is tomorrow for us as we do this now, is the Roadkill show that's with Pober and 12 Dot at the 50/50 Gallery somewhere overseas in the Pacific.
Way to do some research on this.
I'm sorry. And it's on display until the 24th of this month.
Yeah, so this platform, it's resin, I believe, right?
Yes.
It's being customized from the looks of things.
Many times over.
By a bunch of artists. We didn't know all of them, but it was a really cool looking show, and the piece is rather interesting to look at, so I'm interested to see what people do to it. I could see it going a lot of ways. Painting. There's a lot of flat space on that, so I could see a lot of detail getting pumped in. Or I could see people really sculpting on top of it and seeing where that goes too.
So, I wonder if you could run it over with a car and get real Roadkill over it.
Man, you just took this whole name to literal. 0 to literal real quick. But,
real quick.
Yeah, so if you happen to be near this Pacific area that Ben didn't research, I'll put it right here. if you happen to be near there, make sure to stop in and check it out. It's always good to see things being put on by Pober and folks. They do a really good job with all their stuff. So we'll see. I'll be interested to see the event photos that pop up. But
now to Travis's piece of news.
Before the end of the show, I got one more thing to talk about, and that is over the weekend, Scent Rock had a wonderful opening in Chicago, Illinois at Gallery F for his Bird Masks and Hood Dreams show. Pictures from it looked amazing. Looks like it had a great turnout. Looks like a lot of stuff sold, but there are some things left, and those are now available online. That's right, online. You can grab pieces from the artist, great originals, over on the Gallery F website. Make sure to go check them out if you happen to still be in Chicago. The show is still up, so you can go stop in and check it out over at Gallery F. So great guys over there. Sure, they'd love for you to come in and say, hey, and check out all the great pieces that Scent Rock created for the show. That's all the art news. That's all the toy news.
For those of you that have been listening intently, we've had a lot of stuff up your alley. So we must be in a town, in a city somewhere, because us country folk don't have alleys.
Well, okay. I don't know where that joke's going, but I do know this.
The episode's over.
The episode is over. The Hateful Eight. No, not some. The Ungrateful Hate.
The hurtful hate.
Yeah, the hurtful hate. So if you wanted to send us more of this wonderful hate that we've been receiving, you can always check us out on Instagram, Twitter,
At Urban Vinyl Daily.
Yeah, you can always check us out there. Or if you want to comment down here in the comment section on YouTube, if you want to send us an email, you can always send it over to urbanvinyldaily@gmail.com. Hey, just because you want to check us out on our website as well, urbanvinyldaily.com is a great place to do it. That's where we post things daily, more like news that we're talking about here, but on the Word format. Pretty cool. We also now have we have a newsletter. So if you want us in your inbox, you can receive a newsletter by heading over to urbanvinyldaily.com on your desktop or laptop and clicking the banner that says newsletter.
I guess it's better than saying that you want us in your homes if we were sending out physical mail.
Yeah. So that's where we're going next. But you can also, while you're there, if you're on your desktop, you can see a banner that says donate. If you'd like to send us some money to help us keep the lights on, help us be able to create and do more things, we have a PayPal site that you can do that through. So we very much appreciate anybody that sends us anything.
Or if you're tired of our Throwback Thursdays, you're more than welcome to send us a figure that you want us to talk about, review, open, give away.
Yeah, we can do anything like that. Also, if you want to be a t-shirt sponsor, urbanvinyldaily@gmail.com. You can be like our friend Seven Sketches here, and we will wear your shirts. Or like Arson. Look at that. He didn't send us this, but I like supporting him, so make sure to check him out at Arsinart, RSINART on Instagram. So check him out. But that really wraps up the episode. No sense in dragging it on out. As always, I'm Travis.
And I'm Ben.
Have a great designer toy day. Hey everyone, this is Travis Likens from Token Nerd Podcast, and I'm here today to tell you something about sponsorship. That's right, Token Nerd now has a sponsor. The fine folks at TenaciousToys.com, your source for designer toys, pop vinyl, original art, and more, are now our sponsor. And guess what? As a part of that, you can get 10% off your next order at TenaciousToys.com by entering the code TOKEN10 at checkout. That's right, 10% off. And not only are they giving you this code, they're also going to be sponsoring many of our Token Nerd giveaways in the next coming months. So make sure to follow us at token_nerd on Instagram to catch our latest giveaways.